Ni hao from Taiwan. Meg here to teach you all about Salamba Sarvangasana. What the heck is Salamba Sarvangasana? It's one of my absolute favorite yoga poses because of all the benefits you will feel. This includes increased energy, better digestion, stress relief, and a deep stretch for the upper back, neck, and shoulders. Oh, how I love this pose, and I'm so excited to teach it to you today. In fact, the famous yoga teacher, master, and author of Light on Yoga, Iyengar, crowned this pose the mother of asanas. In his book, he talks about all the countless benefits, which I will mention later in the video. If you want to dive deeper into yoga, I definitely recommend reading this book. Feel free to call this pose shoulder stand, although I prefer the fancy Sanskrit text name because it sounds cool. Please note, if you are a beginner or have hypertension, this pose is not recommended for you. There are some alternatives you should do first if you are a beginner or have high blood pressure. Keep watching and I will teach these alternatives to you. One more thing to note, if you have long hair, I definitely recommend pulling your hair in like a super side pony or right on top of your head because you want it out of the way of the back of your head and neck. Okay, here we go. Begin by folding a towel or blanket into a rectangle. This is optional, but very helpful to create more space for your neck. Slowly lay down, resting your upper back and shoulders on the towel. Adjust so that your head is just off the towel, resting on the ground. Get comfortable. Take several deep breaths with your hands at your side. Then place your palms face down by your side and take an inhale. On your next exhale, press your palms against the ground, bring the knees up to your chest, and use your core strength to lift your hips off the mat. Bend at your elbows and rest your palms on your lower back. Take several breaths in and out through the nose. To get the elbows tight, you may need to gently shimmy your shoulders closer together. This will help you raise your hips up higher as well. After all, this pose is known as shoulder stand. That's because in a perfect world, your hips are stacked directly over your shoulders. Anchor your palms on the back of your ribs for support. Take an inhale. As you exhale, raise the legs up vertically above the shoulders. Bring the heels of your feet to touch and point the toes up. Do not reach the chin towards the chest, but instead, bring your chest forward to form a firm chin lock. Never look left or right in this posture. Keep your head and neck relaxed as you gaze to your chest. This is very important to avoid causing injury to your neck. Iyengar recommends you hold this pose for 5 to 15 minutes. This is not an easy thing to do. I recommend starting with about 30 seconds and adding another 15 seconds on each week you practice this pose. If you feel no strain or pain, continue increasing the length of time you stay in Salamba Sarvangasana. Next, we will do a pose called Halasana. This pose is a great modification for beginners and people with high blood pressure. To transition into Halasana, release your chin lock and begin to move the legs over the head. You can bend the knees to make this transition easier. Tighten your hamstrings to re-straighten the legs and keep those abs tight. Point your toes, bringing your toenails to the ground. Inhale and stretch the arms over the head towards the feet. Remember to keep a steady breath in and out through your nose. Now, on an exhale, move the arms away from the feet and place them in the opposite direction, palms down. Try interlacing your fingers, pressing the palms away from your body. And be mindful to change your interlock so that the opposite thumb touches the floor.
This will lead to balance, strength, and flexibility in your shoulders, elbows, and wrists. Interlocking the fingers will be difficult at first, but with consistent practice, you will do it easily. As Iyengar states in his book, the benefits of Salamba Sarvangasana cannot be overemphasized. Besides a deep stretch, it can also help relieve epilepsy, low vitality, anemia, stress, and mild depression. Sarvangasana helps balance your hormones by increasing blood supply to the neck region, where the thyroid and parathyroid glands are located. The firm chin lock also soothes nerves, headaches, and helps relieve hypertension and insomnia. Because the body is inverted, gravity allows healthy blood to circulate around the neck and chest, relieving breathlessness, palpitation, asthma, bronchitis, and other throat ailments. The change in gravity also helps relieve constipation, menstrual trouble, and improve digestion. All these benefits and more are received if you choose to go directly into halasana instead of the full shoulder stand pose. There are even more benefits, but the biggest one for me is feeling an increase in my overall vitality, especially when I'm sick. This pose gets my endorphins flowing and puts me in a fabulous mood. One small disclosure for you: do not expect to be comfortable in this pose, at least not at first. After you practice maybe a dozen times and can calm your breath in the posture, you will feel much better. But you have to be diligent about focusing on your deep, steady breathing while doing Salamba Sarvangasana. The firm chin lock can make breathing challenging, but just remember the long list of benefits you will receive post-yoga session. If you have any further questions related to this pose, I am a certified yoga teacher and enthusiast, so ask away. Please comment below about what you experienced during and after trying Salamba Sarvangasana. Thank you so very much for taking the time to watch this video. I value all feedback and would absolutely love to hear from you in the comments below. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.